Tonight was the selection for the Best Actress of the Year. I watched the program full of anticipation. I was prepared to personally present the trophy to my girlfriend, Yu Pei-shan, and take the opportunity to propose to her. We had been together for 3 years. I still remember the first time I met her. Yu Pei-shan was sitting alone by the roadside crying. I would never forget her telling me, in her slightly childish voice, "I didn't fight hard enough for this role today, but there will be a chance next time. I definitely have to win it for myself." I didn't know why, but I felt a pang of compassion for this pitiful girl. Her appearance wasn't outstanding, yet I couldn't help but want to lend her a hand. Just like that, over 3 years, I accompanied her from her lowest point to the peak. We gradually developed feelings for each other, but for the sake of Yu Pei-shan's career, we did not announce our relationship. I watched as Yu Pei-shan, wearing a deep red haute couture gown, walked toward the podium like a noble peacock. "Brother Chu, seeing your little girlfriend get the Best Actress award, don't forget to treat us brothers to a drink later." My good friend Zhang Dongfa looked at me expectantly and teased. "Yeah, Brother Chu, we're still waiting to drink your wedding wine." Sitting to the side, He-chan also looked at me with a smile. Unlike the boys' rowdiness, Shun Yu-chu and Li Xia sat together, looking silently at Yu Pei-shan, who was speaking on the screen. Definitely. That's a small matter. Wherever you brothers want to go, just name it." I was the heir to the Ji family. To avoid hurting Yu Pei-shan's self-esteem, I only helped her secretly. However, what happened today made me feel as if I had fallen into an ice cave, feeling that my whole heart had been betrayed. Before the award presentation, the winner was allowed to speak about their feelings. "Thank you, everyone, for liking me. Before I take the trophy, I hope to take up a moment of everyone's time." Yu Pei-shan smiled and looked down at the audience. "From my lowest point to the peak, there's always been one person who never abandoned me. It was his company that gave me the motivation to persist until now. Today, I want to propose to him right here." As soon as Yu Pei-shan finished speaking, the room erupted in cheers. I picked up the trophy, ready to go present it to Yu Pei-shan, but her next words froze everyone in place. "Zhou Xingyang, will you marry me?" Yu Pei-shan looked at a man in the audience, tears glistening in her eyes. "Brother Chu, this." The first to react was Shun Yu-chu. She looked at me in disbelief. Shun Yu-chu was the secretary I had assigned to Yu Pei-shan to take care of her in my place. The others also looked at me, waiting for my reaction. "Brother Chu, give me the trophy." Seeing I had no reaction, Li Xia took the trophy from my hand, opened the door of the private room, handed the trophy to the staff outside, and instructed them to keep it a secret and say nothing. I was still staring blankly at the screen, watching Zhou Xingyang walk onto the stage, kneel on one knee, take a ring from his pocket, and put it on Yu Pei-shan's finger. I simply couldn't believe my eyes and ears. No one in the room spoke another word. Everyone's gaze fell on me, waiting for my response. Why? It was a long time before I spat out those 3 words. "Brother Chu, don't be sad. That kind of woman isn't worth this." Shin Yu-chu quickly patted my shoulder. "Yeah, Brother Chu, pull yourself together." He-chang also came up to me. Everyone chimed in, comforting me and telling me not to be sad. But having 3 years of genuine love betrayed, who could calm down immediately? "I'm sorry, I'm going out to cool off." "Excuse me." Seeing Gu Wuyan about to say something else, I immediately stopped him. "Let me be alone for a bit." After saying that, I walked out of the room. "Yu Pei-shan, that bitch." Li Xia looked at the screen furiously. "How about we take back all the resources we gave her?" Shun Yu-chu's tone was also filled with anger. Shun Yu-chu and Li Xia never really liked Yu Pei-shan, but they hadn't expected Yu Pei-shan to do something like this today. "I think we should. Brother Chu helped her so much these past 3 years. I didn't expect he was helping an ungrateful wolf in the end." Mei Jibua slammed his fist on the table in anger. "You guys wait a moment." Li Xia stopped everyone. "Wait until tomorrow to ask for Brother Chu's opinion. Also, I'm going to make a phone call first. Brother Chu needs company right now." "Are you calling Sister Yin?" Shin Yu-chu thought of someone and looked at Li Xia. Li Xia nodded. Now was Lu Rian's best chance. "Hello, Yin Yin. Brother Chu was by Yu Pei-shan today." Li Xia dialed the number, but didn't know how to put it appropriately. "I know you're at the venue. Anyway, hurry to the bar next door and find Brother Chu." I didn't know what the others said. I walked into the bar next door alone, looking like I had lost my soul. Just then, I received a breakup text from Yu Peishan on my phone. When I tried to reply, I found that I had already been blocked. This was the second time I had been hurt by love. The first was by my childhood sweetheart and first love, Lu Ruyan. When I was 21, she suddenly left a breakup text, blocked me on everything, and went abroad to study. There had been no news of her for 6 years. The second time was today, being betrayed by Yu Peishan. Why? Why is my sincerity always betrayed? I rarely drink, but even after downing 5 glasses of romance of the Aegean Sea, the strongest cocktail in the bar, I couldn't calm down. My consciousness, however, was becoming a bit blurry. Jibachu, we haven't seen each other in 6 years, and this is how you take care of yourself? A pleasant female voice drifted over, and then someone sat down beside me. Are you Lu Ruyan? Thinking it was a hallucination caused by the alcohol, I punched the person beside me hard. Lu Ruyan, you bastard. Get the hell away from me. I don't want to see you ever again. You and Yu Peishan are both scum. Why do you treat me like this? The person beside me gave a muffled grunt of pain, then hugged me with obvious heartache. I'm sorry. I'm late. I won't leave you again this time. Go away. You broke up with me so heartlessly and blocked me everywhere. Why are you haunting my dreams now? I pushed her away with all my might. In my drunken state, I thought this was just a dream. I've only been in love twice, and I ran into scum both times. Why? Why do you have to treat me like this? I'm sorry. I won't leave this time. She hugged me tightly and kissed my lips. A familiar scent filled my senses. Numbed by the alcohol, I didn't know what happened next. When I woke up again, I was in a hotel room. My head hurt badly. What happened last night? Why couldn't I remember anything? When I looked beside me, I froze, unable to believe that what I was seeing was real. Lu Ruyan, wasn't she abroad? Was I still dreaming? Bachi, you're awake? My movement woke Lu Ruyan. She looked at me, her tone filled with unconcealed joy. It's not a dream. I lifted the quilt and found that Lu Ruyan and I were naked. When I looked at her, my breath hitched. There was actually a long scar on Lu Ruyan's left breast. I'm sorry, Bachu. Will you listen to my explanation? Afraid I would leave her again, Lu Ruyan hurriedly hugged my arm. I moved my gaze away from her breast, and it landed on the bedsheet. On the snow-white sheet, there were spots of blood. I didn't need to think hard to know what that meant. Fine, go ahead. I pulled my arm back and looked at her. 6 years ago, she broke up with me and blocked all contact. I didn't even get to see her one last time before she went abroad. It took me a long time to get out of the shadow of being dumped by my first love. I couldn't forgive her now just because we slept together. Bachu, you saw the scar, didn't you? Lu Ruyan sat up, pointing to the scar on her left breast. When she looked at me, her beautiful eyes were misty with tears. Before the college entrance exams, I was diagnosed with a problem in my main aortic artery and needed to go abroad for surgery. The doctor said the success rate was less than 30%. You loved me so much back then. If I had died, what would have happened to you? I would rather have you hate me than let you live in the shadow of losing me forever. Time is the best healer. I believe that after a few years, you would forget me. Fortunately, the surgery was successful. My aorta was repaired, and it won't affect my lifespan. Because the doctor ordered me to rest for 5 years, I finished university abroad. Upon graduation, I rushed back to China. But Shin Yuchu told me there was already someone by your side. For over a year, I could only watch you from afar. It wasn't until last night when I got a call from Li Xia that I knew this was my chance to win you back. Lu Ruyan, what makes you think I'll still accept you? Actually, hearing her say this, my heart ached for her, but I still couldn't get past this hurdle in my mind. How could she so selfishly make that decision for me? Bachu, please don't reject me. Thinking I was about to leave, Lu Ruyan threw herself into my arms and held me tight. I love you. That has never changed. Looking at Lu Ruyan in my arms, my heart softened. The last bit of anger inside me gradually extinguished, and I gently hugged her back. Ruyan, I missed you too. With that, I pressed her beneath me again, venting all the longing of the past years and the heartbreak of yesterday upon her. I didn't stop until she softly begged for mercy. Just then my phone rang. Lu Ruyan instinctively picked it up and answered. Hello, Brother Chu. Are you awake? Li Xia's voice came through the phone. Lu Ruyan let out a surprised sound. only then realizing it was my phone. Our ringtones were still the same as they were 6 years ago. Nothing had changed. Yin Yin, so you two have reconciled? Congratulations. Li Xia sounded happy upon hearing Lu Ruyan's voice. Put Brother Chu on first. I have something important to discuss. Cousin, go ahead. I can hear you. Lu Ruyan had put on speaker, so I could hear Li Xia's voice. Well, Yu Peishan and Zhou Xingyang have come to the office. They say they want to see you. Li Xia paused noticeably. All right, I'll be right there. Okay. Bye, Brother Chu, by Yin Yin. For Ruyan, are you coming with me? After Li Xia hung up, I looked at Lu Ruyan. Yeah. She nodded and tried to get up, but failed after several attempts. Sigh, if I'd known, I wouldn't have bullied you so hard. I gently kissed her vermilion lips. I really don't have the energy. Bacha, you go by yourself. Lu Ruyan looked at me with a hint of grievance. I told you several times just now that I couldn't take any more, but you didn't listen. I missed you too much, Ruyan. I planted a kiss on her forehead. Wait for me. MHM. She really had no energy left and closed her eyes again. I freshened up briefly and ordered room service for Lu Ruyan before leaving the hotel. A car was parked at the entrance. The window rolled down to reveal Shen Yuchu. I knew Yu Peishan had sent her. Brother Chu, let's go. Don't pull Yu Peishan's endorsements and scripts just yet. I sat in the passenger seat. I want her reputation completely ruined. All right, but Brother Chu, you're glowing. Did things work out with Sister Yin? Shen Yuchu teased. Yes. I found out about Ruyan's difficulties too. Sigh. Shen Yuchu sighed. We all knew why Sister Yin went abroad, but she wouldn't let us tell you because she didn't know if she'd make it back alive. I'm going to spend the rest of my life with Ruyan. Thinking of her, I couldn't feel any anger anymore, only heartache for what she had been through. Haha. Shen Yuchu laughed at my words. By the way, Brother Chu, when are you going to set me up with your brother? After we deal with Yu Peishan. You're her assistant right now, so we need to keep our distance. I looked at Shen Yuchu and teased. My brother just graduated college. You're robbing the cradle. Shen Yuchu liked my younger brother, Ji Boing, since he was still in college at the time. When Shen Yuchu heard I was looking for an assistant for Yu Peishan, she volunteered on the condition that I set her up with Ji Boing once the job was done. In what way am I old? Shen Yuchu rolled her eyes at me. I'm only 23, just 1 year older than Boing. How is that old? Besides, you're 3 years older than Sister Yin. You're the one robbing the cradle. Haha, maybe I just like him young. Shen Yuchu was left speechless by my retort. She glared at me and went silent. Among us childhood friends, when it came to bickering, no one could beat me. Once we arrived at the office, Shen Yuchu immediately put on an impatient expression. Shan, why did you make me bring Ji Dongdong here? He's just a broke loser. How could he compare to the heir of the Zhou family? During the 3 years I was with Yu Peishan, I had told her my name was Ji Dongdong. Shen Yuchu deliberately emphasized the words heir of the Zhou family. I immediately caught the key information in Shen Yuchu's words, heir of the Zhou family. But I remembered that the Zhou family heir was the eldest daughter, Zhou Xian, not this Zhou Xingyang character. Haha, I laughed inwardly. So Yu Peishan had been scammed. Ji Dongdong, let's not beat around the bush. Zhou Xingyang and I are getting married. Here is 200,000. Consider it your severance pay for the last 3 years. Yu Peishan slapped a bank card onto my desk. Don't harass me again in the future. I'm afraid my fiancé might misunderstand and think I still have something to do with a loser like you, which would affect our relationship. Ji Dongdong, do you hear me? I could see the anger flash across Shen Yuchu's face as she stood behind them, but at my signal, she suppressed it. Fine. Now, please take your fiancé and get the hell out of my office. My expression remained calm, as if I were watching a couple of buffoons. Just as Yu Peishan took Zhou Xingyang's arm and prepared to leave, I called out to them. By the way, Yu Peishan, I still have your contract. Are you threatening me? Yu Peishan looked at me coldly. Ji Dongdong, you're truly disgusting. Ji Dongdong, let me tell you, don't be ungrateful. If you dare hold up Shanshan's contract, our Zhou family won't let you off easy. Zhou Xingyang glared at me too, his tone threatening. Is that so? I looked at the pair with amusement. I have no intention of blocking the contract. Holding on to trash like this makes me feel dirty. However, you aren't getting out of paying the penalty. Isn't it just money you're after? Tell us, how much is the penalty? Zhou Xingyang looked at me with disdain. 8 million. That includes the losses incurred by the company. Li Xia walked in from outside, a contract in her hand. Ji Dongdong, you certainly have some nerve. Zhou Xingyang glared coldly at Li Xia, snatched the photocopy from her hands, and tore it to shreds. How much money has Shanshan earned for you over the years? Yet you still have the face to demand such an exorbitant amount. What's the matter? Surely young master Zhou isn't unable to pay up. I raised an eyebrow at Zhou Xingyang. Ji Dongdong, you truly are disgusting. Young master Zhou doesn't need to pay. I'll give it to you. As Yu Peishan spoke, she transferred 10 million to me. The extra 2 million is hush money. Don't go using the fact that we dated to chase clout later on. I find you repulsive. Enough. Get the hell out of here. Don't pollute the air in here. Li Xia was furious with the pair. Li Xiangxiang, who do you think you are? You aren't worthy to speak to me. Yu Peishan didn't even look Li Xia in the eye. She shoved her aside and walked out of the office. Yu Peishan didn't know Li Xia's real name. She only thought Li Xia was my secretary. Before leaving, Shun Yuchu and Li Xia exchanged a look, both understanding exactly what the other was thinking. Brother Chu, everything is arranged. Li Xia closed the door and sat down in front of me. In, thank you for your hard work, cousin. I nodded. You're too polite, Brother Chu. Li Xia smiled at me, but her expression suddenly turned serious. Last month, I saw Yu Peishan and Zhou Xingyang talking together. I didn't think much of it because they were filming a new drama. But now that I think about it, those two were probably already involved back then. 6. Let it go, cousin. It's all in the past. My gaze drifted past her, my tone softening. I have found where I belong now. Li Xia followed my gaze and saw Lu Ruyan standing at the door. She had arrived unnoticed. I'll let you two talk then. I'm heading out. Li Xia didn't want to be a third wheel, so she made sure to close the door as she left. Sister Ye's baby is already 3 months old. How about we try to make sure that by the time I reach her age, our child is that big too? Lu Ruyan sat on my lap, a smile playing on her lips, her eyes looking at me like water. Amen. I gently kissed Lu Ruyan's lips. Yin, we've already missed out on 6 years. I reverted to the nickname I used for her when we were madly in love all those years ago. Yes, we have. Lu Ruyan looked at me. 2 months ago, at the 1-month celebration for Sister Ye's son, I wanted to come forward and reunite with you. But I didn't have the courage then, so I could only sit in the corner and watch you. Yin, from now on, no matter what happens, can you promise not to keep things from me? I buried my face in the crook of her neck, inhaling the faint scent of gardenias. I don't want there to be any more misunderstandings between us. Okay. Lu Ruyan wrapped her arms around my neck. Before my surgery, I desperately wanted to see you. But back then, I just didn't have the courage. We held each other just like that until Li Xia called. Stop being so lovey-dovey, you two. The directors and producers will be here in half an hour. Li Xia sounded very exasperated. Okay, Sister Ye, we're on our way. Lu Ruyan finished speaking and reluctantly stood up from my lap. Yin, I'm going to your house to propose tomorrow. Okay. Lu Ruyan looked at me and nodded, her eyes filled with joy. Over a dozen directors and producers had arrived. These were all resources originally prepared for Yu Peishan, but it seemed they wouldn't be needed for her anymore. Aside from the directors and producers, Li Xia and her husband, Mei Jibua, were also present. Everyone was somewhat surprised to see Lu Ruyan by my side. For years, the only person beside me had been Yu Peishan, and I had never been involved in any scandals with anyone else. I was considered a breath of fresh air in the entertainment industry. Let me introduce you. This is my fiancée, Lu Ruyan. Due to some misunderstandings, we missed out on 6 years together. I stood up and raised my wine glass. I didn't notify everyone in advance, so I'll drink this cup as a penalty to apologize. President Ji, you're too kind. Everyone present hurriedly drank a toast in return. Some at the table recalled that the little princess of the Lu family seemed to share that name, but there had been no news of her since she turned 18. Could this actually be that little princess from the Lu family? The timeline matched, too, exactly 6 years. Regarding the resources you all have, feel free to collaborate with whomever you originally wanted. There is no need to give those opportunities to Yu Peishan. After 2 glasses of wine, I got straight to the point. But President Ji, what about your investment? One of the producers was still quite concerned about my investment. Rest assured, everyone, the investment proceeds as planned. However, I have one condition. Yu Peishan is not to be informed yet. Notify her only at the networking event. Don't worry, President G. We guarantee Yu Peishan won't find out. Everyone present understood exactly what I was planning. The directors and producers then took turns toasting Lu Ruyan, Li Xia, and Mei Jibwa, hoping for future opportunities to collaborate. These people were sly old foxes in the business world. Naturally, they knew whose coattails to ride for the greatest benefits. 7. That same night, Yu Peishan and Zhou Xingyang posted their marriage license on Weibo. To humiliate me, Zhou Xingyang even specifically tagged my alt account, telling me to get as far away as possible. I had created that alt account specifically to generate hype for Yu Peishan. Now that it was useless and still contained traces of her, I simply deactivated it and let public opinion run its course online. I knew that in 5 days, there would be a networking event for investors. Given Zhou Xingyang and Yu Peishan's personalities, if they saw me there, a barrage of mockery would be inevitable. That would be the moment I'd ruin their reputations completely. The next day, I prepared the betrothal gifts and went with Lu Ruyan to the Lu family home to ask for her hand in marriage. During the 3 years I was with Yu Peishan, the most intimate thing we ever did was hold hands. And even that was usually when she wanted something from me. Few would believe it if I said it out loud. But Yu Peishan and I never slept together. We never even kissed. Every time, she claimed she wasn't ready. Thinking back on it now, Yu Peishan never had any intention of staying with me for the long haul. In the 4 years I was with Lu Ruyan, although we didn't break that final barrier, we shared every other intimacy couples do. Furthermore, whenever someone asked who I was, Lu Ruyan never hesitated. She would generously admit, "This is my boyfriend." Yu Peishan, on the other hand, had always said, "This is my manager." When Lu Ruyan looked at me, her eyes were always filled with love. But looking back at Yu Peishan now, aside from the first year, her eyes in the following 2 years had been full of calculation. The contrast between the two was stark. I had truly been blind for those 3 years. When Lu Ruyan's parents saw our fingers interlaced, both of them teared up. Her father was about to say something, but Lu Ruyan stopped him. It seemed there was something she didn't want me to know. However, while Lu Ruyan was away, her father, fearing I might misunderstand her again, slipped me a diary and urged me not to tell her. That night, back at our place, while Lu Ruyan was in the shower, I opened her diary. Reading the contents, my eyes grew moist and tears occasionally trickled down. The first page dated back to the year she was 14, starting from the day she accepted my confession of love. After finally managing to stem my tears, I began to read the diary earnestly. Knowing I couldn't finish it all in a short time, I decided to look at the later entries first. The diary was divided by a bookmark in the middle. I flipped to that page, and the words there moistened my eyes once more. 8. Today, I broke up with Ji Bachu and blocked all his contact information. I didn't want to do this, but my surgery can no longer be delayed. 4 days ago, during my checkup, the doctor told me that if I don't operate, I have at most 2 months left to live. Actually, my heart started having problems 5 months ago. I was told the surgery had a success rate of less than 30%. So, I wanted to wait until after I celebrated Ji Bachu's 21st birthday before going abroad for the operation. Lately, I've often felt excruciating pain in my heart, sometimes feeling as if it were being torn apart completely. I imagine Ji Bachu must hate me thoroughly right now, but this is for the best. I would rather he hate me than have him live in the shadow of losing me. I believe time is the best medicine. Aside from Ji Bachu and Ji Boying, I have said my goodbyes to all our childhood friends and urged them not to tell Ji Bachu about my condition. For this trip abroad, aside from a few changes of clothes, I also took the group photo of the 9 of us from Ji Bachu's birthday this year. Li Xia, Shun Yu Chu, let's be best friends again in the next life. Mei Jibwa, He Chong, Gu Wuyin, Zhang Dongfa, I hope we can be good friends in the next life too. Ji Boying, I'm sorry I can't be your sister-in-law. Ji Bachu, you must live well. If I die, I will use my remaining luck to keep you safe. Lu Ruyan only wants Ji Bachu to be happy forever. If I manage to survive, I hope I can rekindle our relationship. Though I know that is wishful thinking. I've hurt you so deeply. How could you ever forgive me? I will leave this diary with my father. If I die, I'll have him burn it. If I'm still alive, then he can keep it for now. Jibachu, I'm sorry I'm leaving. I might never come back. It really is a regret that I couldn't even say goodbye to you. Forever yours, Lu Ruyan. August 17th, XXXX. The date corresponds to the very day Lu Ruyan broke up with me and blocked all my contact information. I turned my head to glance at the bathroom, a mixture of bitterness and complex emotions surging in my heart. Back then, I truly hated Lu Ruyan to the bone, but I never imagined that the burden she carried was a pain I simply could not have borne. Thinking about it now, if I were Lu Ruyan, I would have definitely made the same choice. Because we both loved each other deeply. Now I looked at the next page of the diary. It was written on the day Lu Ruyan returned to the country 5 years later. Today, I returned to my motherland after being away for 5 years. My childhood friends came to the airport to pick me up, and I excitedly hugged every one of them. Because 5 years ago, I didn't think I would make it back alive. Of course, except for Ji Bachu and Ji Boing. Originally, I want to go look for Ji Bachu, but he already had a girlfriend. I didn't want to disturb him anymore. Just watching him silently was enough for me. I also secretly went to see Ji Bachu's parents to apologize to them for what happened back then. When the two elders saw me, they were very surprised and initially wanted to kick me out. But upon hearing that I wanted to explain what happened back then, they let me in. I was only relieved when I heard that Ji Bachu wouldn't be coming back anytime soon. After hearing my words and understanding my intentions from back then, the elders didn't blame me. On the contrary, they said they want to set me and Ji Bachu up again because they really disliked Ji Bachu's current girlfriend. However, I refused their kindness. I also hoped they would keep it a secret from me and not tell Ji Bachu that I was back. I really didn't want to hurt Ji Bachu again. Selfishly, I also didn't want the next time we met to result in Ji Bachu saying to me, "Lu Ruyan, you heartless woman, don't appear in front of me. Seeing you makes me sick. Actually, things are fine as they are now. Let's not break the status quo." Returning this time and seeing that Ji Bachu is doing well, I can rest easy. It seems he has walked out of the shadow of the hurt I caused him. I plan to rest for a while and then start my new life. It just so happens that my parents arranged an easy job for me at the company. My brother and sister-in-law are there too, so I'll have something to do to pass the time. July 25th, XXXX. Reading this, I could no longer hold back my tears, but I still really wanted to see what Lu Ruyan wrote in her final entry. When I turned the diary to the last entry written by Lu Ruyan, the handwriting was very neat, yet it revealed a hint of feebleness. There are distinct tear stains visible in places on this page. Lu Ruyan must have written this diary entry while crying. Today is my 24th birthday. My childhood friends wanted to celebrate with me, but I refused. Since Ji Bachu plans to propose to you Peishan tomorrow, he must be preparing. If all our mutual friends came to keep me company, it would inevitably make Ji Bachu suspicious. I don't know if it's a coincidence or if Ji Bachu resents me, but the proposal date turned out to be the day after my birthday. But I guess I'm flattering myself. Lucia told me before that, apart from the first 2 years, Ji Bachu never mentioned my name again, not even once. I sat alone in the room like this, looking at the stars in the sky. I remember on my 18th birthday, Ji Bachu held my waist as we lay on the grass in the garden, looking at the sky full of stars. He said he would marry me as soon as I graduated from university. But at that time, my heart already had problems. I was just waiting to celebrate his birthday with him before going for surgery. Only, I don't know why I still agreed to his proposal then. Perhaps that was just the body's instinct. In this past year, I haven't appeared in front of Ji Bachu. The closest we came was 2 months ago, at least Shia's son's 1-month-old celebration. Ji Bachu doesn't know that I've returned to the country and have been watching him all along. I don't know if it's because I'm jealous of you, Peishan, but over this past year, I have always felt that she doesn't love Ji Bachu. They don't have the intimacy Ji Bachu and I had when we were dating. There is no love in you Peishan's eyes when she looks at Ji Bachu. Instead, they seem full of calculation. Ha ha! Perhaps I'm just a petty person jealous of others. I will definitely go to the proposal tomorrow, but not to cause a scene. I just want to see him and the one he loves achieve their happy ending. It is also to make myself give up completely, not just giving up on Ji Bachu, but letting my heart for love die as well. In my life hereafter, I certainly won't fall in love again, let alone get married, because I no longer know how to love another person. That would be very unfair to anyone who married me. Actually, Licia and Shun Yuchu both call me several times today, one after another, telling me this is the last chance. It seems they don't like Yu Peishan either. But I refuse them all. The young couple was proposing. What business did I, the ex-girlfriend, have going there? It would only tear open Ji Bachu's healed scars. If Ji Bachu ever faces any difficulties in the future, I will definitely step in to help. Whether through Licia, Shun Yuchu, or any of our childhood friends, I must ensure my help reaches him, even if it costs me my life. Lu Rian only hopes that Ji Bachu will be happy forever, joyful forever, and grow old with the one he loves. This is the last page of my diary. When tomorrow ends, I will burn this diary with my own hands, burning away the memories of my youth and the lingering affection in my heart along with it. July 24th, XXXX. 10 by now, my face was covered in tears, and the scene before me had become utterly blurred. After wiping my eyes, I saw Lu Ruyan standing behind me, wearing only a bath towel, looking at the diary in my hands. Bachu, did you see it? Lu Ruyan looked at the diary in my hand, her tone somewhat unnatural. Yin Yin. I placed the diary on the table to the side, then tackled Lu Ruyan onto the bed. I'm so sorry, Yin Yin. I apologize. To think I misunderstood you for 6 years. Bachu, it was my fault. I made you sad. I will never leave you again. As she spoke, Lu Ruyan took the initiative to gently kiss my lips. The bath towel had long since fallen to the floor. I gently caressed the hideous scar on her left breast. Yin Yin, you suffered. As long as I can be with you forever, what does this little bit of suffering matter? Lu Ruyan hooked her arms around my neck and kissed me. After another bout of passion, Lu Ruyan collapsed weakly into my embrace. Bachu, am I dreaming? Lu Ruyan looked at me affectionately. I mischievously pinched her right breast, only stopping when I heard her gasp. Yin Yin, now you know it's not a dream, right? MHM. Lu Ruyan hugged my waist in return. Thank goodness we are still young. The road ahead is long. For the next 3 days, Lu Ruyan and I spent almost all our time in bed. It wasn't until the 4th day, in order to prepare for the exchange meeting the day after tomorrow, that I finally let Lu Ruyan off the hook. Although 6 years had passed, my memory of what Lu Ruyan loved to eat was still fresh. So, I told Lu Ruyan to rest a bit longer while I went to the supermarket downstairs to buy groceries. However, I didn't expect to run into Yu Peishan and Zhou Xingyang. Yo, Shan Shan, isn't this your bootlicking manager? Zhou Xingyang looked at me with mockery, flashing the wedding rings on their ring fingers. Shan Shan has already agreed to my proposal, and we've registered our marriage. You aren't still going to stalk her, are you? Ji Dongdong, since you've already accepted the labor dispatch fee and contract termination fee I gave you, stop appearing in front of me. Is this high-end place somewhere a smelly loser like you should be coming to? 2 psychos. I couldn't be bothered to deal with these 2 mad dogs. Unexpectedly, Zhou Xingyang refused to let it go and kept harassing me until the supermarket manager arrived to separate us. Manager Zhang, having this loser in a place like this affects your business, doesn't it? Why haven't you kicked him out yet? I'm sorry, monsieur. Anyone who comes here is a guest. How can we justify kicking a guest out? Manager Zhang seemed to look down on Yu Peishan as well. His tone was very distant. I didn't bother haggling with the 2 of them. I paid and left. Lu Ruyan was still waiting for me to cook for her. Soon, I had prepared 4 dishes and a soup. Lu Ruyan was sitting at the table, resting her chin in her hands, looking at me with eyes full of tenderness. Yin Yin, taste it and see how it is. It's all made according to your favorite flavors. As I spoke, I placed a piece of soy braised beef in her bowl. Bachu, these are all things I love to eat. Why aren't there any dishes that you love? I love whatever Yin Yin loves to eat. Saying that, I gently kissed Lu Ruyan's pink cheek. Lu Ruyan's cheeks instantly flushed crimson. She looked absolutely beautiful. 2 days later, I took Lu Ruyan to attend the exchange meeting. Over the past few days, Shun Yuchu had already secured all the dirt on Yu Peishan and Zhou Xingyang. At this moment, the hall was already packed with people. Lu Ruyin told me to handle the matter with my ex-girlfriend myself first, and that she wouldn't interfere. After saying that, she went to sit beside Li Xia. Yu Peishan was very surprised to see me and immediately pulled me into a corner. Ji Dongdong actually chased me here? I already told you we are over. Do you not understand human language? Yu Peishan looked at me with extreme impatience. Who said I'm here to chase you? Yu Peishan, you really know how to flatter yourself. I shook off Yu Peishan's hand. Get the hell away from me. Don't be an eyesore. You get out right now. Yu Peishan, however, wouldn't let go. If my fiancé sees you here, watch out. He won't go easy on you today. Yu Peishan, are you out of your mind? After saying that, I shoved Yu Peishan hard, knocking her to the ground and instantly drawing the attention of the crowd. Ji Dongdong, how dare you push my fiancé? Zhou Xingyang immediately charged at me. Security personnel immediately pulled us apart, and the manager in charge warned us not to fight. Do you know who I am? Yu Peishan immediately stepped up to the manager. This filthy loser has been stalking me. Kick him out right now. I apologize, Miss Yu. The manager, clearly a man of the world, remained unfazed. Everyone inside is a guest holding an invitation. Please do not cause a scene here without reason. Miss Yu, who are you saying is causing a scene? Yu Peishan's temper flared instantly. She gave the manager a hard shove. I'm a newly crowned Best Actress. If you mess with me, I'll make sure you regret it. And I'm the heir to the Zhou family. If you don't kick Ji Dongdong out, don't blame the Zhou family for settling the score with you later. Zhou Xingyang also stepped forward, glaring viciously at the manager. I apologize, but regardless of who you two are, we cannot expel any guest holding an invitation. The manager's expression remained unchanged. He was clearly a seasoned veteran in the workplace. Yu Peishan was furious, but still somewhat wary of the manager, so she vented all her rage on me. You filthy loser, get the hell out of here. As she spoke, she raised her hand to strike me. Just then, someone caught Yu Peishan's wrist. Yu Peishan looked at the newcomer, and the next moment, a slap landed squarely on the left side of her face. The force was so great that it knocked Yu Peishan directly to the ground. What a dirty hand! Lu Ruyin wiped the right hand she had used to slap Yu Peishan with a handkerchief, then walked over to me with a smile and naturally took my arm. Hubby, this person is so disgusting. Who are you? How dare you hit me? Yu Peishan didn't recognize Lu Ruyin. She tried to get up and charge forward, but was pulled back by security once again. No fighting. I will emphasize this one more time. Fighting is not allowed here. The manager still showed no expression. By the way, you're the heir to the Zhou family? I finally turned to look at Zhou Xingyang. But I recall the Zhou family heir is the eldest daughter, Zhou Xian. Who are you? Hearing my words, Zhou Xingyang clearly panicked for a split second, but he immediately retorted, Since when is it an outsider's place to gossip about our Zhou family affairs? Is that so? As I spoke, I picked up my phone, dialed Zhou Xian, and put on speaker. Hello, Ji Bachu. Why are you calling me instead of keeping Yin Yin company? Don't tell me you're announcing your wedding date. That would be too fast. A sweet, lazy female voice came from the other end of the line. It sounded like she was still sleeping. Zhou Xian, there's someone here claiming to be the heir to the Zhou family and causing a scene. You need to come over here right away. What? Ji Bachu, send me your location right now. I'm on my way. The sounds of someone getting out of bed came through the phone. No need for a pin. It's the top floor of the XX Kangle Palace. Just hurry. Zhou Xian didn't say another word and immediately hung up. Hearing Zhou Xian's voice, and the fact that she spoke to me so calmly, even after being woken up, sent Zhou Xingyang into a complete panic. He tried to run, but Gu Wuyin, Zhang Dongfa, Mei Jibua, and He Chong had already led people to block his escape. What's wrong? Scared now that you've heard your sister's voice? You were putting on quite a show just a moment ago. I looked at Zhou Xingyang, who was cornered. You're the young master of the Ji family? Hearing Zhou Xian call my name, Zhou Xingyang immediately realized who I was. MHM. I didn't deny it. Instead, I turned my gaze to Yu Peishan. Yu Peishan, do you really think you got to where you are today based on your own abilities? Yu Peishan's face was deathly pale, but when she looked behind me, she suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. Yu, hurry up and give me the dirt on Ji Dongdong. I'm going to ruin this loser. Yu Peishan was the typical sort with no brains. She was still calling me a loser even now. Shin Yu Chu, walking slowly on her stilettos, came up to my side and handed me a USB drive. Brother Chu, here you go. Thanks for your hard work, Sister Chu. I smiled and took the drive. Shin Yu, you dare betray me? Seeing this, Yu Peishan collapsed to the ground instantly. She had guessed what was on a USB drive. She's my childhood friend, so how could she have betrayed you? I looked down at Yu Peishan from above. Starting tonight, you'll have nothing. Yu Peishan, Brother Chu helped you so much, yet instead of being grateful, you treated him like this. Li Xia also stepped up to her. Trash like you is truly disgusting. At that moment, the doors were pushed open from the outside, and a group of bodyguards in black entered, escorting a woman of striking bearing. The woman appeared to be around 26 or 27 years old. She wore a custom-made black evening gown and stood about 1.75 meters. She was stunningly beautiful, exuding an air of elegance, nobility, and peerless grace. She carried herself with a dignified poise and a calm, commanding presence. Yet at this moment, her beautiful face was filled with rage as she walked straight toward Zhou Xingyang. Sister Xian, this mad dog is all yours. Li Xia stepped back, clearing the way. Big sister. Zhou Xingyang lost the arrogant air he had just displayed. Slap. The sound of a loud slap rang out. You bastard, who is your sister? Do you think an illegitimate child like you deserves to be my brother? Zhou Xian took a handkerchief and wiped the hand she had just used to slap Zhou Xingyang. You actually dare to impersonate the heir of the Zhou family, to scam people and ruin my family's reputation. Sister Xian, Zhou Xingyang has scammed quite a few people using your title. It will probably take you a long time to deal with all of it. As Shen Yuchu spoke, she took out a USB drive and handed it to Zhou Xian. Thank you, Sister Yuchu. Zhou Xian took the drive. Shen Yuchu had always been by Yu Peishan's side, and Yu Peishan trusted her deeply. Both Yu Peishan and Zhou Xingyang knew exactly what was on those two USB drives. Seeing that Zhou Xian was about to hit Zhou Xingyang again, the person in charge finally stepped between them. Miss Zhou, regardless of the grievances between you and this gentleman, fighting is prohibited here. Please resolve your matters privately. Zhou Xian understood his meaning and nodded. She waved to the bodyguards behind her. Zhou Xingyang was then dragged out by the bodyguards in black. Yin Yan, did you two make up? Zhou Xian walked over to Lu Ruyan and me. MHM. Lu Ruyan nodded with a smile, then interlaced her fingers with mine. Back in college, Zhou Xian started to say something, but then smiled instead. I will definitely come to drink a toast at your wedding. I later learned that Zhou Xian and Lu Ruyan were college classmates. Zhou Xian had started college later than usual due to her family's business. Finally, Zhou Xian bade us farewell and walked out of the hall. After all, the mess Zhou Xingyang had created would take her a long time to clean up. Next, I looked at Yu Peishan, who was still slumped on the floor. Why did I fall for her 3 years ago? Perhaps my wounded heart needed companionship at the time, or perhaps I simply pitied this innocent and ambitious girl. But in 3 years, Yu Peishan had become a complete stranger to me. The innocence in her eyes had faded, gradually replaced by calculation. Back then, I thought that being too innocent wasn't necessarily a good thing, and figured she wouldn't plot against me anyway. However, reality had given me a harsh slap in the face. The directors, producers, and brand representatives attending the exchange meeting all came up to Yu Peishan to terminate their contracts. Moreover, Yu Peishan would have to pay astronomical termination fees. The reason was simple. Shen Yuchu had exposed all of Yu Peishan's dirty laundry, complete with evidence. There was a very clear clause in the contracts. If the contracted party had excessive negative press that caused significant losses to the company had the right to terminate the contract and demand compensation for the penalty and the losses incurred. Ji Dong. No, young Master Ji. Yu Peishan tried to crawl over to hug my leg, but was blocked by Lu Ruyan and the other two. She could only scream, I was really wrong. I beg you, please give me another chance. Yu Peishan, have some shame, will you? Li Xia looked at her. Do you know that at the Best Actress Award ceremony, Brother Chu planned to present the award to you himself and was even preparing to propose? But look at what you did. Exactly. Yu Pei-shan, after you accepted Zhou Xingyang's proposal, think of how many bad things you said about Brother Chu right to my face. Now you're scared? What were you thinking before? Yu Pei-shan was just about to stand up when she was shoved hard back to the ground by Shun Yu Chu. Lu Ruyan didn't say anything. She just looked quietly at Yu Pei-shan, while I gently held Lu Ruyan by the waist. Just as I had said, Yu Pei-shan was back to square one overnight, or even worse off. Burdened with astronomical debt and plagued by scandal, no production company would dare invite her now. Zhou Xian also informed all the girls deceived by Zhou Xingyang that she was the true heir of the Zhou family, and that Zhou Xingyang had absolutely nothing to do with the Zhou family. With this, Zhou Xingyang's public reputation collapsed completely. Everyone was cursing him, especially the girls who had been swindled out of money and love. They all went to court to sue him. However, there was one thing I hadn't expected. Shen Yuchu had long since gotten together with my younger brother, Ji Boing. The day after the exchange meeting, Lu Ruyan and I went to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get our marriage certificate. Looking at the two red booklets, we smiled at each other. We had both waited too long for this moment. At noon, just as I was preparing to go out for a date, I was surprised to see Shen Yuchu and Ji Boing with their fingers interlocked. Their intimacy made it obvious that they had been together for quite some time. Shen Yuchu was the only one among us who hadn't gone to college. She had started school a year early and began training at her family's company right after graduating from high school. Brother, I like Sister Chu. I hope you won't object. We've already spoken to Mom and Dad. Ji Boing looked at me. I lightly touched my forehead. So, Shen Yuchu had been with my brother all along. All right, of course I won't object. I wish you and Yuchu a lifetime of happiness together. I offer my sincerest blessings. One was my own brother, and the other was a childhood friend I had grown up with. Seeing them come together, naturally, I had to give my blessing. There was no reason to object. A month later, my wedding with Lu Ruyan was held as scheduled. Watching the young woman walking slowly toward me, her face seemed to overlap with the image of her at 18, walking out of the college entrance exam hall. Today, Lu Ruyan was as captivating as ever, though she had shed the naivety of youth for a more mature beauty. She wore a pure white wedding gown, white stilettos, and sterling silver earrings. With her lovely smile and enchanting eyes, she looked like a fairy descended from the heavens, ethereal and refined. When the golden wind and jade do meet, they surpass the countless unions of the mortal world. For richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, never to part, until forever. Mr. G, Ms. Liu, do you take each other? The priest recited the wedding vows and looked at us. He does not. Ji Bachu can only marry me. Everyone's eyes turned to the main entrance, only to see Yu Pei-shan rushing in wearing a tattered wedding dress. My face instantly turned livid with rage. Yu Pei-shan had actually come to crash my wedding. Just as I was about to speak, the bodyguards had already pinned her down. Shen Yuchu took out her phone and called the police. Before long, the officers took Yu Pei-shan away. I later heard that Yu Pei-shan had lost her mind and was committed to a mental hospital. The priest read the wedding vows once more. I do. We shouted the words almost simultaneously, then embraced and kissed amidst the applause of the guests. Lu Ruyan and I had missed out on 6 years together, but fortunately, we had found our way back to each other during the best years of our lives. I took out the wedding ring I had prepared, went down on one knee, and slipped it on a Lu Ruyan's slender ring finger. Of course, this was a newly prepared ring. The one I had originally gotten for Yu Pei-shan had been thrown into the sea. Lu Ruyan looked at the ring on her finger and smiled. She took the microphone from the priest and spoke about our 6 years apart. Afterward, following the Orthodox wedding ceremony, we were officially pronounced husband and wife. 15 months after the wedding, our son was born. Calculating the time, it must have been conceived the night Lu Ruyan and I spent together at the hotel. We hadn't used any protection that night, and I wasn't even sure how long we had been entangled in each other's arms. The day after the wedding, Lu Ruyan was hugging the toilet, retching. I rushed her to the hospital for a checkup, and the results showed she was already over a month pregnant. Having just given birth naturally, Lu Ruyan lay weakly on the hospital bed, holding our son in her arms. She looked at me with a smile. Hubby, this is our son. I'm so happy. Is this all real? Yin Yin, of course it is. I planted a kiss on her forehead. Rest and recover your strength. You can take care of the baby yourself once you've finished your confinement period. Lu Rian nodded with a smile. She reached out, hooked her arm around my neck, and kissed me on the lips. I hugged her back, set the baby aside, and deepened the passionate kiss. We only pulled apart reluctantly when the duty nurse walked in. It made the nurses blush crimson. They were probably inwardly roasting us. Oh my God, can you believe it? These two aren't even watching the baby. They're just showing off their PDA right in the recovery room. Talk about force-feeding us dog food. Ji Boying and Shun Yochu's wedding date was set for 2 months later. They had specifically waited for Lu Ruyan to finish her confinement. In the 3rd year of our marriage, I heard that Yu Peishan had been released from the mental hospital. At first, I didn't pay it much mind, but I hadn't expected her to come looking for me again. However, Lu Ruyan stopped her at the door. I hired a few more bodyguards to prevent Yu Peishan from doing anything desperate. After all, one must be wary of those who have nothing left to lose. Sure enough, on a sunny morning a month later, while Lu Ruyan was sunbathing in the community garden with a baby, Yu Peishan charged at her wielding a sharp knife. Fortunately, the bodyguards immediately subdued Yu Peishan and called the police. She was sent back to the mental hospital. The incident was so egregious that she likely won't ever be released again in this lifetime. After that, Zhou Xingyang didn't make any more waves. Or rather, after he apologized to me, I never saw him again. Zhou Xingyang completely vanished. Rumor has it that the Zhou family cut off all his financial support, sent him to Yakutsk, revoked his Chinese citizenship, and banned him from ever returning. That night, after coaxing our son to sleep, I lay with Lu Ruyan on the double lounger on our balcony, gazing at the starry sky. I looked at the beautiful woman beside me. Yin Yin, do you remember 9 years ago when we made our promise under the stars just like this? Of course I remember. Lu Ruyan turned over and lay on top of me, locking eyes with me. Heaven above, I desire to know you, to love you forever without end. Until the mountains have no peaks, the waters leave no trace, all things turn to void. The sun and moon are indistinguishable. Time stands still, and heaven and earth merge. Only then would I dare part from you. I kissed Lu Ruyan's tender, cherry lips, skillfully prying open her teeth to entwine with her lilac tongue. Having seen all the splendor of the world, we will finally stay together, forever. Side story, Lu Ruyan. My name is Lu Ruyan. I grew up with Ji Bachu. We were childhood sweethearts, innocent and close. Later, we did indeed get together. Although it was puppy love, neither my parents nor Ji Bachu's parents objected. In fact, they did their best to bring us together. Consequently, I never thought there would come a day when I would break up with Ji Bachu. For months before my 18th birthday, just after returning home, I suddenly felt a tearing pain in my heart. My parents rushed me to the hospital. A contrast-enhanced CT scan of my heart revealed a malformation of my aorta. I needed surgery, but the procedure couldn't be done domestically. I needed to go abroad, and the success rate was less than 30%. My parents wanted me to go abroad immediately, but I refused. Since there was a high probability I would die on the operating table, I preferred to spend these few months doing something meaningful. My parents and older brother were furious with me, but they didn't dare agitate me further, so they had to let me have my way. Except for Ji Bachu and Ji Boying, I told my other childhood friends about my condition and made them promise to keep it a secret. That day, Shun Yuchu and Lixia held me and wept bitterly, while the others sobbed silently. On my 18th birthday, Ji Bachu actually proposed to me, saying he would marry me as soon as I graduated from university. I was very happy at the time, so I agreed to Ji Bachu, but I soon regretted it later. We likely had no future. On Ji Bachu's 21st birthday, my 9 childhood friends and I took a group photo together. On the way back, my heart began to seize with spasms of pain again. After a checkup at the hospital, the doctor said the surgery couldn't be delayed any longer. So, my parents scheduled the surgery for 6 days later. I packed my luggage, taking only 3 pieces of clothing because I felt I would die on the operating table. I also developed the group photo of the 9 of us and placed it among the clothes. The next day, the morning I broke up with Ji Bachu, Gu Wuyin took me to find him, as they attended the same university in the city where we lived. On the way, Gu Wuyin asked me to think it through. I nodded. Although I was reluctant, I had to do this. That day, wearing a baseball cap, sunglasses, and a mask, I watched Ji Bachu from a distance. Wait until Gu Wuyin walked up to his side. I sent the breakup text to Ji Bachu and immediately blocked him on all contact methods. After seeing my message, Ji Bachu stood there stunned for a moment and then seemed to be trying to call me. In the end, he cried bitterly on the playground. Gu Wuyin stayed by his side, comforting him constantly while glancing in my direction from time to time. I couldn't bear to watch any longer and turned to leave, chanting silently in my heart, "I'm sorry, Bachu. I would rather you hate me than have you live in the shadow of losing me." After returning home, I wrote about the day's events in a diary. I gave a notebook to my father and told him to burn it if I died, but to keep it for now if I survived. That night, my mother accompanied me abroad. At the airport, my father and brother held me and wept. Except for Ji Bachu and Ji Boing, all my other childhood friends came to the airport to see me off. I bid everyone a tearful farewell. I felt this was the last time we would meet. 5 days later, I was wheeled into the operating room. While I was still conscious, my mother placed a kiss on my forehead. "Yin Yin, stay strong. Everyone is waiting for you to come back." Fortunately, the surgery was very successful. I survived, though I was in a coma for 4 days. I knew my mother had already told my father and brother, so I sent the news of the successful surgery to the group chat containing the friends other than Ji Bachu and Ji Boing. My friends were all happy for me. Gu Wuyin told me that Ji Bachu seemed to have completely fallen apart these past few days and asked if I wanted to tell him. I thought about it and rejected Gu Wuyin's suggestion. I had hurt him so deeply. Even if he knew the truth, he probably wouldn't forgive me. Due to my youth, I recovered from the surgery exceptionally quickly. The doctor told me I needed at least 5 years of complete rest, so I decided to live here for the time being. After resting for a year, I completed my university studies here and even ran into my childhood friend Zhou Xian. After graduating, I prepared to return to my home country. I was overjoyed to be back in my homeland after 5 years away. A few of my close friends threw a welcome party for me. Shin Yuchu told me that Ji Bachu already had a girlfriend. I was momentarily dazed, but quickly smiled and told her I had already moved on. However, my trembling hands under the table betrayed me. For the following year, I watched Ji Bachu from afar. He and Yu Peishan didn't show any intimate behavior, but I still didn't dare to approach him and reveal myself. All right, I admit it, I'm a coward. The closest we came that year was at the full-month banquet for Li Xia's son. I also found time to visit Ji Bachu's parents and apologized for what happened back then. His parents really wanted to get us back together. It seemed the elderly couple strongly disliked Yu Peishan, but I refused. A decent ex should not disrupt his life. On my 24th birthday, I sat alone in my bedroom, gazing at the starry sky, feeling a sense of loss. 6 years ago, I had accepted Ji Bachu's marriage proposal. 6 years later, I was about to watch him propose to another woman. Did I feel resentful? Of course I did. But cowardly as I was, I didn't dare to step forward. I booked a ticket for the next day, in the first row of the audience seats. After watching his proposal, I would bury all my love for him. Over those 2 days, Li Xia and Shun Yuchu kept calling me, telling me that if I didn't go now, I would truly miss my chance. They seemed to share Ji Bachu's parents' dislike for Yu Peishan, but I smilingly declined all their urgings. Ji Bachu was going to propose to his girlfriend. What was I, the ex-girlfriend who dumped him, supposed to do? Crash the event? Obviously inappropriate. I wouldn't do anything to hurt Ji Bachu again. That evening, I sat in the first row of the audience. Watching Yu Peishan on stage, for a moment, jealousy surged within me. Why was she up there and not me? But what I never expected was that the one proposing wasn't Ji Bachu. It was someone named Zhou Xingyang. Then Li Xia called, telling me to go to the bar next door. My mind was in turmoil, unsure whether I should go. In the end, desire overwhelmed reason. I went to the bar next door and saw Ji Bachu sitting alone in a corner. 4 empty glasses were in front of him, and he was downing a 5th. Seeing the pale blue liquid, I recognized it as the cocktail Aegean Love, known for having the strongest delayed effect. Ji Bachu usually rarely drank. I sat down beside him. When Ji Bachu saw me, he punched me hard and called me a scumbag. Later, I took Jibacha back to the hotel I had booked. I was still wondering how we would get through the night when, in a dizzying whirl, he pulled me into his arms and pinned me beneath him. Lu Ruyan, is it you? Jibacha was clearly not fully conscious, staring at me with bloodshot eyes. You scumbag. Why are you appearing in my dream? I'm sorry. I was momentarily stunned, then immediately kissed his lips. This time, no matter what, I won't leave. What followed was a night of madness. I felt as though my whole body was about to fall apart. It was my first time, and I could still feel a faint pain down there. The next day, I explained everything to Jibachu, and he forgave me for what happened back then. After that, we started living together and resumed our once inseparable life. After dealing with Yupeishan and Zhou Xingyang at the exchange event, we set our wedding date and invited many friends and relatives. Everything that followed fell naturally into place. Both sets of parents were eager for us to get engaged soon, so Jibachu and I set the wedding for 1 month later. 1 month later, we got married. Everything felt like a dream to me. Then, 3 days after the wedding, I was found to be over a month pregnant, likely a result of that passionate night we shared. In late April the following year, our child was born. I held the baby and looked at Jibachu, who was keeping watch by my bedside. When I was 28, I gave birth to a daughter for Jibachu. All of this was truly wonderful. The end.